You're gonna have to decide.
Telemarketer.
If you wanna block, if you don't wanna see me, you're gonna have to close your eyes. Blocking me ain't enough. Cause I'm gonna be on your favorite podcast. You gonna see me on cam. I know somebody like, this nigga is everywhere.
Again.
I'm gonna be in your eyesight. I'm gonna be cause you got to really be there.
What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton and Son, Mr. Boogie, all here with another episode of Funky Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise, I really do promise, to give good content for the masses, but most importantly, I just promise to keep it funky. Now, I just told you, bro, you gotta keep it. What's happening right now?
You came in yelling, I wasn't ready. I thought you was gonna warm up.
No.
You came in locked in.
And then, nah, see, really, I don't even like talking to people. Like, when I sit down, like, I feel like there's an awkward moment that happens. And then it's better that I just, yo, what's good with it? What's popping? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton and Son, Mr. Boogie, they're all here with another episode of Funky Friday.
I love it. What's up, baby? How you feel?
Listen, comedian, social media star, cultural commentator. But listen, he is really the culture's plug, especially in content. Author, producer, brother, husband, father, real churchy. I present the some and introduce the others, as we probably already seen. Kev On Stage. My man, formally now.
Ain't nobody clap. Y'all in here.
I like we're doing that from this, like, I promise you. It felt so right what just happened. We've never done it.
Really?
I promise you.
Let the studio in, man. Let me feel some love.
I present the some and introduce the others. Kev On Stage.
There we go. There we go.
I promise you, this feels right. We've never, Rich, am I lying?
I love it.
We're doing that from now on.
Thank you. Making change.
This is the Kev rule.
Yes.
The Kev implementation.
Make me feel
the
love.
Kev law.
Yes, I love it.
Brother, where do I start? I think I want to go here. There's so many people that have experienced Kev. And for you, everybody pretty much echoes, bro, you really are a good dude that put people on.
Yeah.
That's not normal in this phase of business, because we see a lot of gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. As I was preparing for the show, I was like, yo, Janae, can you give me an antonym for gatekeeper? That's
Plug.
why I refer to you as the plug, bro.
Nah. You know what, though? I think I fell into my purpose. That some people might know their purpose early on. I think a lot more of us find it later in life. I think I fell into my purpose being the plug, the person that creates opportunities. Yeah. Really, when I was at All Def is when I locked in. I was the head of talent and content there. So part of my job was to create shows, oversee the creation of shows, and then also cast or help cast the people, help book the people, help convince people to come work with us. Especially at the time, we only had $150. So, and it was pretty consistent for most people. 1/5. We used to be like, come on, do it for the 1/5. Yeah. Right? And I didn't have control of the budget. So I had to try to create something that you would want to do, and you'd be like, well, I ain't tripping about the bread. Yeah. You know, now brand deals and stuff, when a company had more money, we had more for influencers, but on our day-to-day, it was pretty much 150, and it was favored nations. Like, you would get 1/5, me, you know, Teddy, everybody was 1/5. You flew in, still do it for the 1/5, brother. And that's the rule. And I realized I really enjoyed people getting an opportunity to be their first acting credit. If you wanted to be a DP, but you only been a second AC, I can move you from second AC to first AC, first AC to DP. It has bit me in the butt sometimes, you know, creating opportunities, but I realized Black people don't get opportunities often. And in Hollywood where I worked, I'm not speaking to overall Hollywood, but where I worked, when you're white and you make a mistake, it was never the end of your career. Black people, you make a mistake, well, don't hire him, don't hire her. White boy get this job, he get this chance 1,000,000 times. He gets to fail, he gets to make a mistake, he gets to learn. So I've made my mistakes, hiring people, learning, but putting people on for real helps me feel like this is part of what God brought me on earth to do.
Wow.
Like, so I make less money because of it, but I'm more fulfilled as a result of it.
Yeah.
And I think for me, being more fulfilled and living in my purpose is more important than like, I'm the richest, you know, and I'm not gonna say I'm rich, but I'm doing better in life. I'm doing okay. I'm out here. You feel me? Gated community.
It ain't 1/5.
Yeah, ain't no 1/5 for Kev. Come on, man. I said that's what they give you.
Yeah.
But seeing people I've worked with surpass me, going to other opportunities, knowing I was a part of that, like that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about this because as you were speaking about the unspoken word in corporate, where certain things, it's just flagrant.
Yeah.
And there's moments and times where I'm new to this corporate world. Like everybody that you've seen, this is not corporate to me. I try to create a family dynamic in the office, you know, try to be reasonable to everybody's needs and expectations and things like that. When I go and to other networks and operate that, like I see certain things and I'm like, yo, am I tripping?
Yeah.
I know somebody sees this. I know somebody feels this. I know somebody's like witnessing something that I'm witnessing, but nobody's saying anything.
Right.
What was your moment where you felt like, yo, this is blatant? Like,
I think one, and my wife really helped me with this too. When I was doing Keep Your Distance, in LA, it is very common to do stand-up, 10 to 15 minutes, if you get paid at all, you might get $25 legit, $50 drink tickets. For the most part, it caps out around $50. So when I was doing Keep Your Distance, I was like, I'm gonna do better than that, because like, it just means more to me than that. So I was like, I'm gonna do 150. And my wife was like, I think you should do 500 per person. And I was like, girl, I'm doing 3 times like the norm. She was like, I think you can even go beyond that and make it to where people won't even question, like the amount will be so much different that you'll be that much different from, you know, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, all those people.
But I'm trying to get to where you are, but make it make sense. When you're saying 150 per attendee?
No, paying you $150 per set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the standard was $25.50. I'm like, I'm gonna go above and do 150. My wife's like, do 500.
This is what the
clubs in LA.
club has to pay you.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they pay you at all. Because LA is considered like a showcase city. Like
got you.
the idea is you have the Laugh Factory, the Comedy, Store, the Improv. There might be an Asian in there. There might be some studio executive. Like we're putting you in front of the people that are gonna change your life.
Correct.
Problem is that ain't the game nearly as much. Like post-pandemic, those agents ain't really sitting in there like that. They at home being sent Instagram clips, TikTok clips.
Yeah.
So, but the money hasn't really changed. So even though the norm was 50, we end up doing 500. Even on my sets right now, most people don't know this. Like SAG, what actors are paid, when you're paid that, I'm talking about big shows. If you are like not the star, if you're just a day player, that's like a $1,200 payment. And that's if the show's, even you're on Game of Thrones, you just like man with sword. You have a line or two. If you're nobody, you get $1,200.
Wow.
Right? And that show could have a $20 million budget. The actor's still gonna get $1,200. Our budgets aren't even, I mean, bro, it's not even
Remotely close.
remotely close. If we paid like what SAG recommends us to pay, it would be like $98 based on our budgets. We still pay $500 because I just feel like I can't pay you what SAG, I can't pay you at the top, but I don't have to pay you what SAG does because it's still your time.
For sure.
And I feel legit guilty if I can't even give you the 5. And most people are really happy. I remember when I was doing Keep Your Distance, to your point, people were like, okay, can I get my set? Like, because I want to get booked. And I was like, for sure, send them the high quality link. One of my business managers was like, you should charge them $3,000 for that because you paid for that. I was like, nigga, are you crazy? Why would I even do that? They're like, because they'll buy for it. Think about how much money you can make. And it's like, for me, that's not the point. Like, I did good. I already did good. Like, it was lucrative for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to make money off the back end, off the people. Like, let them go. So, comedians have hit me up like, yo, I had a hard time getting booked because I didn't have quality footage of my sets, because most comedy clubs don't have quality cameras and lights. That's not what they're there for. So for me, long way of saying, doing the right thing as often as possible is just important to me, even if nobody else is doing it. Even if you can charge that, even if I can pay you this, I sleep better at night knowing I did right by people, and I sleep good. Like, and this is prior to Hollywood. I remember I worked at Bank of America. It's prior to the housing crisis. Man, there was a personal banker who worked across from me. Cam, she was getting rich, but she was doing some stuff that was like, it wasn't illegal, but it just morally was wrong.
It was loophole-ish.
It was big loophole. And she was taking advantage of people. Like, her main clientele didn't speak English, so she knew they had high credit on their business, high income. She would sign them up for loans that they didn't understand.
No.
Yes, because they trusted her. And guess what? Not only did she get rich, she got promoted. She put that money in CDs. Everybody at the bank loved her. They talked about her all the time. She quit at the Apex. 2 years later, when the housing market crisis comes, these people start coming and asking questions. They're like, yo, what does she do? And I had to explain to her clients, yo, she signed you up for this first mortgage, and then she gave you a second mortgage, and she refinanced your first and second into a refi. And, she did that to you 2 or 3 times to like hundreds of people. And people were like, at the bank was like, it's not illegal. And I'm like, yeah, but I live in this city.
Yeah, it's not morally.
It's not right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to, I live in Washington at the time. I don't want to be at the Puyallup Fair and somebody comes and hit me in the back of the head with a brick.
Yeah, because that's real money.
That's their real life, bro. Like, you really mess with people's lives for, some bonus checks, 15, 20 grand, which at that time was
almost your commission.
Like, you're getting crazy commission. You're making more on commission than you are on salary for years. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. So for me, it's more important to be able to sleep at night than it is to make the most money, or so that's kind of how I live my life.
That says a lot about you. And I want to, kind of segue to you just being everywhere, bro. Like TV, social media, podcasts, books. Like, how do you manage to stay on the feed of people's screen, but not annoying to people?
Oh, I'm annoying.
Is that intentional?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're gonna have to decide.
Telemarketer.
If you want to block, if you don't want to see me, you're gonna have to close your eyes. Blocking me ain't enough. Because I'm gonna be on your favorite podcast. You're gonna see me on cam. I know somebody like, this nigga is everywhere.
Again.
I'm gonna be in your eyesight. I'm gonna be because you got to really be there. And to me, like, this is my job.
Spring's here, summer's coming, and the celebration starts before the party. It's the hype, it's the planning. But choosing the outfit, yeah, that's the real fun. Graduation, birthdays, family trips, weddings. You want to look right, and you want to feel right. Macy's personal stylists make it easy. They help you pull a full head-to-toe look, so you step in confident with no stress. If you need help with your look, Macy's got you. Macy's allows you to try it all in store. Feel the fabrics, test the fits, and also dabble with the accessories. And please, and I repeat, please, do not sleep on the fragrance counter. Expert advisors help you find your vibe, helps you find your scent. It's the little things that give you a boost. Walk into spring ready and walk out owning it. And that right there is how you celebrate before the party even starts.
Like, this is like, you play sports. Would I not take another possession? Would I not? We got the ball. There's 8 minutes left. Nobody wants to come out of the game. Nigga, I want to throw for 300, 400. Like, this is my job. This is my life.
This is guerrilla marketing.
1,000%.
But in real life.
Absolutely. There's so many content creators. Everybody's a content creator.
Yes.
Literally anybody.
Whether you want to believe it or not. Whether questionable pictures, videos, or not.
For sure.
If you're on the app, you're creative.
Absolutely. Huh? Especially like on TikTok and Instagram, now that you don't have to have followers, the algorithm decides. People go viral for 10 million views, might be their only viral video in life. But for that moment, they're a content creator. So for me, I'm on the like Ichiro Suzuki, Pete Rose contact, single, 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 single. Sometimes that single becomes a double, sometimes a triple, sometimes a home run. Never my goal. I'm just contact.
Trying to get on base.
Trying to get on base. The more times I get on base, the more times I have a chance to score. So it's 3-4 videos a day, but by design, none of them take me a long time. It's here, it's 12 o'clock. I got 3 videos up because I knew I was gonna do this. So I'm like, let me get up and I'm on East Coast time, so I can start at 6. Boom. It's 6 and 5 in New York through most of the United States. They're already up, getting ready for work. By the time they get to work, I got a second video up. By the time their lunch break hits, I got a third video up, and I know I'm gonna shoot Cam's thing. That's probably gonna generate between 3 to 5 clips later on, whenever this airs. So now I know when I'm on set next week, I accept 3 collabs from Funky Friday. That's 2 less videos I gotta do. Boom. So now I'm going from there. I'm going to BT. That's probably 3 more collabs. The more I do, the less I actually have to do. But I'm also gonna be, what up, y'all? I saw this on the internet. This, that, and that. Cut, post, edit in the Uber ride over here. Edit a video, shot one in the hotel. I'm gonna edit that one on the way to the BT thing. It's a machine. I'm always creating. And then if I'm really busy, all right, let me go through TikTok and find something I posted a year ago. Luckily, me staying roughly the same size, people don't even know this video from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, as long as I don't gain or lose too much weight, and even if I do, it doesn't really even matter. So I use the algorithm against itself because it only showed it to this amount of people 2 years ago. This time, I got new fans, followers, or my followers that just didn't see it. The algorithm's gonna show it to these people all over again. So for me, it's absolutely by design. I wanna show up in your feed. I want you to associate laughter with me.
Wow.
That's why my face is always in the video. Even if I'm not the main reason it's funny, I'm gonna say funny 2 or 3 things, but then you're like, yo, Kev's funny, or that's funny, or he did this funny thing, or he keeps getting shared. Who is this dude? He's always doing this funny thing, or that was a good point. That was relatable. He's talking about my favorite show. He's talking about this game. This was a funny tweet. I see this face all the time. Let me check him out. Once I get you into my vortex, now it's like, oh, he's on tour. Oh, he's got a show.
What made you like this? Because I'm hearing banking, I'm hearing, did you go to school?
I went to the University of Washington.
Husky? Husky, yep.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's...
Collector.
Eclectic.
Let me ask you real quick.
Talk to me.
How did you... Yeah. I've been dragged.
Eclectic.
I've been threaded. I've been TikToked. Yeah. I've been tweeted at.
Yeah.
You have to. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to that? Internally.
I'm trying to make sure, are y'all seeing? See, in each of us, there's 2 of us.
Right.
So some of us have 2, some of us have multiple. Lady London was giving off this such professor, woke individual energy.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had to combat it. I felt like I had to blitz her, bro. Bro, we was giving up too much. Bend but don't break, bro. So when she was like, can you spell it? I was like, of course I can. Eclectic, heavy on the end. And then I realized that ain't it. Bro, retract. Hey, you like Michael Jackson? Moonwalk on up out of there. It's getting hot in here. And I'm like, bro, I'm a finesse. I finessed my whole life.
Yeah.
At some point. So I'm like, straight face, eclectic.
Because I believed you at first. I was like, I think he means...
I believed me. That's how I knew I had to commit, bro. And then when it happened, it's like, yeah. So you know how you just said, even in the moment, you know?
For sure.
That was a moment where I was like, I know they about to have their way with this.
Oh, for sure.
I know that they about to, for the folks who don't like me, they about to stand up on the table and say I knew he was a dumb, illiterate son of a, and then it was like for the folks who rock with me, they put eclectic or in their whole bio.
Yeah.
That's the blackest thing that you could ever do. Know that you're wrong, stand on that you're wrong, and still believe it man, hey, Your Honor, I did not, that was not me. Hat and all, long hair. No, that wasn't me. Not me.
Shaggy.
That was that.
So. I love that. And also in the moment, I don't believe all publicity is good publicity, but I do believe sometimes it's okay to let yourself be the butt of the joke and just take it.
Checkmate.
In the Black community, we don't rock with people who never can take a joke.
Yeah.
we don't like it.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to roast and be roasted.
And be roasted. And know, like, okay, it's hot in here.
It's coming your way.
It's hot.
And we gonna let you off the hook eventually.
Because then you never want to be the dude that be like, hey, what you laughing at?
Never want to be that nigga.
Because that...
I know you ain't. Wait, no, I was with y'all.
No. Hold on. Now it comes in a gang war. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, bro. Look what, like, boom. Yeah. But you gotta fight.
For sure.
You gotta fight.
You gotta fight.
It's so much in our culture where it's certain things that happen from where you're from, from where I'm from, that you just know and it connects us.
For sure.
Give you an example. Have you ever played basketball? What's your 21 rules?
Oh, okay. If you miss on 20,
you got to go back to, hold on.
Yeah.
Say the number on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
13.
15. What?
15.
Like 15.
No, I grew up playing 13. You got to claw your way all the way back up to 21.
It's nuts. Wow. I said 15. We do 15.
Yeah, some people play 17. And I'm like, bro, 17 ain't number 2 baskets.
But even with jokes, it's like you never, unless you on that type of time, a joke, when you go straight to the mama jokes, that lets you know what type of time that person is.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like,
you can tell somebody's mad too, like they joking and you, we was playing, but you took it for real.
Come on, bro. Like,
So yeah.
Hey, that's my mama now. Like, that's a cultural one.
Yeah.
It's just so many different things. Like, that's what makes our culture so, and I'm not trying to, be that guy.
Yeah.
But I am. It's like, you got so many similarities. I read that you was a military brat.
Yes.
How was that, for you growing up, moving different places, as a young man?
I think it really helped shape who I am. Part of what we was talking about with the University of Washington, I'll double back to that. When you're on a military base and your school is on a military base, it's easier to fit in because you got a whole bunch of kids who's getting orders in and out. There's always people coming and going, people are always getting stationed, TDY, all this every year. When you're on a military base, but you don't go to the military school, then it's really hard to fit in because these kids have known each other their whole life. You're an outsider. So comedy was really my way to make friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially on non-military based schools. But at the same time, it made me really family oriented. I don't really require a lot. Like, I don't have a whole bunch of friends. I'm very close with my family and I have a few friends who I'm really close with. But if I needed to move to Atlanta today and live in Atlanta, I wouldn't be like, oh, LA, I missed it. Oh my God. Like, when you move around every 2 or 3 years, home is actual home. That's why I make sure my actual house, my wife and kids, is for sure.
It's a vibe.
I gotta be locked in there. If there was some turmoil there, it don't matter. I couldn't have a $100 million contract. I could be I could have a Netflix series and I would never have peace because I grew up, my dad and mom, we didn't have a lot of money, but my dad said something when I was in 11th grade and I appreciated for him and I locked in when he said that. He was like, I know I'm not able to give you guys a lot of money and a lot of things your friends have, buy you a car and all that stuff. But what's important to me is that you're raised in a household that you feel safe in.
Wow.
You don't see me arguing with your mother. We're never throwing plates. We're never, cussing. There's food, it's rice-a-roni and spaghetti. And nigga, it's just rice-a-roni and spaghetti and you know what it's gonna be.
That was caviar.
Hamburger helper, but it's there, right? But, and I had friends who had more but had less peace.
Yeah.
And what really let me know I was doing a good job, this just happened last week, my youngest son went on like a retreat, like a church retreat with his school. He goes to a Catholic school. Yeah. And it was like super powerful to him, like life-changing moments where him and his friends were opening up. And he got in the car with us on the way home and he was like, I really wanna thank you guys and appreciate you because I didn't even realize how many kids' parents are abusive, cuss at them, alcoholics, throwing things in the house, cheating on each other. I just took it for granted because you guys have always gave us a safe space. Yeah. Now I really appreciate it because now that me and my friends have opened up, I realize, he's like, they sharing stories and I'm like, dang.
I can't relate.
I'm like, bro, this is, y'all going through some stuff. Like, this ain't my life. We good. My parents are fun. Like, we can go to Disneyland. Like, they ain't cussing at each other. So for me, that home base is really all that matters.
Yeah.
Everything else could matter. I mean, I like LA. I have my friends there. It wouldn't be that easy, but like if work called and I had to live here or I had to go to New York or back to Washington, as long as my wife and kids were straight, even if my kids move away, like as long as our relationship is intact.
No, for sure.
I'll be straight.
That
I think
foundation.
As long as my foundation is good, I think the military, that's the reason I'm like that, because we really just had my mom and dad, my brother and sister, we were just moving around. So as long as we were straight, we could be straight wherever.
I want to go back to something real quick because you were kind of dropping so much education on the output of content.
Yeah.
Right? How do you choose what you post or when it actually means something to you to be like, to trigger an emotion or to trigger a reason and to respond?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a great question. Usually, I usually assess it comedically. Can I think of 2 or 3 things funny to say to add this, right? If I can think of 3 funny things to say, I'm posting it. The thing that's more important than comedy is relatability.
Wow.
Right? So military, we'll talk about this. BuzzFeed used to be doing this. And to answer your other question, how I get like this, I study the internet. Like you probably studied film. Like, what edge do I have? What makes this work? How do I get this safety to pull up? Can I pull this safety with my eyes when I really want this receiver to go here? Like, I study the internet like that. Like, what makes people, because I realize I'm watching a lot of videos and I'm not laughing from BuzzFeed videos, but I'm watching them. And I realized they banked on relatability much more than comedy, because comedy is subjective. What's funny in Black culture is not the same in white culture, Asian culture, but I know that if I can get you to comment, I have your attention, even if you disagree with me. And I also know how people think, right? I know, and I use this against them, I'm sorry. For example, I just posted this today, I'll just talk about something today. So this is how my whole world works. I did R&B Money last week. That episode's airing right now. So in that thing, I talk about Keith Sweat, right? I did this debate a year or 2 ago. Does Keith Sweat have 5 hits? So on the day that happened, I'm with Nick Cannon and Tony Baker and Courtney B. Courtney B was like, Keith Sweat don't have 5 hits, right? And we like, nigga, you crazy. Keith Sweat got more than 5. She was like, let's settle. I was like, oh, bet, hold on. I'll post this on Twitter. And not to sway the audience one way or the other, I won't say how I feel. So I just put, how many hits does Keith Sweat have more than 5 hits, yes or no, right? So I know if you love Keith Sweat, you're gonna be like, yes, list them. You're gonna comment, because you defended him. If you hate Keith Sweat, I don't know why you do, but if you do, no, he might have this or that. Either way, you're commenting. Now I got you, because you're commenting. And the algorithm recognizes comment is engagement. Oh, people are commenting, let me show this to more people.
Right. Reactions.
Yeah. That's why, Skip Bayless used to say he don't even check what his tweet says, what you're saying. He just checks the reaction. If he knows it's getting a lot of reaction, he'll do that. So I beta test my stuff. If I tweet something or thread something and it gets enough comments, then I'll go and make a video about it. So I waited till that poll was over. I hit yes, posted that, and I made a Keith Sweat video. Because I also know that nostalgia makes you comment. Music makes you comment. People love the 90s. When we lived there, my audience specifically. So I know if I talk about Keith Sweat, and I also know that people won't pay attention. So I reposted this today, throwing Courtney B under the bus, because me and Jay Valentine was talking about Keith Sweat apparently was really mad about that. Yeah. And I was like, nigga, I don't want no smoke with Keith, right?
It's a job.
Like, but guess what, Cam?
Talk to me.
People commenting without watching the video at all. They see the tweet and me talking, they're in the comments, nigga, of course he does. And I'm like, y'all not even watching the video. I agree with you. But people are so eager to comment that I can get the algorithm to go out more and more and more. The way the algorithm works, it's very simple. Each platform wants you to the user to stay on that platform longer. And if they think by showing you that video, you will stay there, it will show it to more people. So if people are clicking out of your video at 3 seconds, the algorithm's like, okay, they're gonna leave and go to Instagram, they're gonna go to TikTok. So I need to get you for 3 seconds first. If I can get you for 10 seconds, that's even better. If I get you for 30 seconds, it's a win. But if I get you to share, comment, like, matter otherwise, I win. The best thing is if I can say, oh, I know Cam is a Keith Sweat fan, and a person sends it directly to you, your friends.
Your boy.
Your boy.
That's what the comment would be. Look at your boy.
Look at your boy. That's the algorithm beater. If I manually send this to my friend via text, DM, whatever, the algorithm is like, oh my God, they bringing people into the platform who weren't even on it. Let me share that to even more. And then you also got to play by the rules, right? Instagram says if you do it less than 3 minutes, if you do it more than 3 minutes, we're not going to share it with everybody. So now I'm like, dang, I got to find a way to cut it down. And this changes. 2-3 years ago was if you do it more than 3 minutes.
For sure.
So when I worked at the bank, that skill came from working at the bank because as a salesperson, that's what I was. You got to sell the program the bank wants you to sell because your commission is tied to that.
For sure.
I don't control that. This month is credit cards. Next month is student loans. Next month is car loans. Next quarter, it's business loans. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do what the bank wants me to do because that's what they're going to reward me the most for. Right. Same thing with TikTok, Instagram. When TikTok's like, okay, now carousels are important. Okay, well, now I got to figure out how to do that. That's how I have success is I'm always reading, watching, studying. I study makeup artists. Makeup artists lead the league in editing styles always. Wow. Because there's only so many ways you can do makeup. So they got to catch your attention with different things. So they really, black women makeup artists, Jackie Aina, she realized early on, okay, I can apply this smoky eye just like anybody else. But what's gonna make you watch my video versus hers? My personality. So if the skill set's the same, how do I differentiate myself? I'm funny, I'm relatable, I'm telling a story. I can learn how to do a smoky eye from anybody else. I wanna watch Jackie Aina do it because she's funny. Now that I love Jackie, I'll watch Jackie do anything. Yeah. Jackie don't make content directly for me, but because I love her, I think she's funny.
You're inspired by her.
I'm inspired by her. I'm buying candles. I ain't even a candle person. Yeah. But I just been a fan of hers for so long, so I apply that whole philosophy to like get people work.
So you mentioned something about showing your face, right? On your content, right?
Yep.
Is that the strategy just with certain platforms, or do you do it on Twitter too?
On Twitter and Threads, I also use those platforms how they're intended by writing. So for those, I tweet more. I don't make everything a video, but I just be tweeting, whatever we're talking about, whatever the timeline's talking about, I tweet, retweet, get my jokes off. But if it gets enough of reaction, I say, oh, this is enough to make a video off of. Yeah. But it's also important to use that platform how that platform is intended to work. So when I learned TikTok during the pandemic, I was really struggling at first because I was trying to apply YouTube principles. I was having videos, I was trying to be efficient. Yeah. I was having my videos, horizontal, TikTok is vertical. I was putting the caption in the caption section. People don't read captions on TikTok. You got to actually put the caption on the video. And the algorithm rewards you if your video fills the frame versus has black bars on both sides. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to make content specifically for TikTok to do well on TikTok. That's dance trends, music trends, short clips, those type of things. And then what happened is Instagram started copying TikTok. So I was like, oh, dang, now instead of going from Instagram and YouTube to TikTok, I can make it primarily for TikTok and then use it and repurpose it for YouTube and Instagram on shorts and reels because they're copying TikTok. But before, when they weren't, you really had to go and make it specific for that platform.
To that specific,
yeah, think about Funky Friday, right? You'll have people who watch this show only on Instagram. Only on TikTok. They will never watch a full episode on YouTube. Never. And people who watch it on YouTube don't necessarily come watch it for the clips. Yeah. So you got to program specifically for that platform to be successful. Sure. This is all if you want to be successful. Yeah. But that's the amount of thought that goes into, making it work for me.
There's so many different things that you can kind of layer it with. But in this world where apps is king, queen.
Yeah.
What would you say to the person? Because there's so many people that's watching this that do not realize the power of that rectangle or that square device.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you converted, when did you burn all your boats and realize, and that be the testimony, I guess, to the question that I'm asking, how could you get a person who says, Kev, it's only Kev. That's him. I'm not that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because I hear it all the time. Any person that hears me, I always say, bro, post the video.
Yes.
Sis,
yeah.
post it.
Yeah.
What's your take with
Look, I'll use you as an example. You're not the first athlete to go from, being good at one sport and try to make it in media, social media. That celebrity doesn't translate one-to-one. I recognize you, but it's not enough that I saw you play football. Now I'm gonna follow you on Instagram or Twitter. You really gotta be good at how this goes. So you go viral for your takes, your thoughts, but more for your consistency. There's data now that says people won't even consider following you until they've seen you between 16 and 20 times. They won't even consider following you. And for me, what I realize is, if a person says it ain't me, then it ain't.
Yeah.
That's actually the first thing. If you believe it ain't you, you lose. You automatically lose if you really think it ain't you. Because now I can justify I'm never gonna be Kev, I'm nobody. I was not famous. I don't have no famous parent, no nothing. I built this from the ground. And I know for sure it can happen for you because when I was on TikTok, I was already Kev On Stage everywhere else. I couldn't grow on TikTok at all. I'm not verified on TikTok right now. I didn't grow until I started successfully implementing TikTok practices. So if I went from no followers on TikTok, I didn't do, on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, I built that organically. Now, of course, me being me, it helps. But there's Deontay Kyle. Who was Deontay Kyle a year or two ago? Most people had never heard of him. He was driving trucks last year, literally. He started going viral on the Grits and Eggs podcast. He started clipping up. He had bold takes. He got dragged, like people often do. He's not famous when he came on. So he's cutting through. Mecca and Jamila, they weren't, people are still blowing up every single day. Yeah. So it absolutely can be you because it's still happening to people today. Brand new podcast people are blowing up on their podcasts, on their socials, applying the same principles. So it absolutely can be you.
So there's a lot of thing that exudes, even with this small time that we've been together, is your stuff. You know what you know. Excuse me. You know what you know. Do you find this information out by going to seminars, webinars, conferences, like the Snapchat, the TikTok, Expo, Instagram, Meta? How do you find out what you know about these different platforms?
So this is the blessing. You asked how I became this way. When I was in Washington, I got the blessing of working at Boeing, the Boeing company, making airplanes. They were making them. I was a scheduler. That job was very easy. So of a 40-hour work week, 2 of those weeks, I might have had to do 8 hours of work. 2 of those weeks, I might have had to do 2 hours of work. I'm sorry to y'all at Boeing. You were really efficient. I studied YouTube for 6 to 8 hours a day, every day.
Okay, what would be a search that you would put on YouTube?
It wasn't like that. I would see what I was watching and then I ask myself, why am I watching this? Tim at the time was Tim DeLaGhetto, now Tim Chanarangsu, Asian dude, funny sketches, funny rapping. What am I enjoying about this? I remember I got put onto Awkward Black Girl when Issa Rae first started doing it. And I'm like, why is this resonating? It's original, it's relatable. I'm not that person, but I can see that. The big people, Rhett and Link, PewDiePie, Shane Dawson, all these people, Ryan, at that time, Ryan Higa was the biggest YouTuber, one of the top 5 YouTubers. I'm studying their content. What are people watching? How are they engaging? What makes this interesting? And then implementing that to the best of my ability. Mr. Beast right now, if you watch a Mr. Beast video and study it, you realize he sets you up the premise in the first 5 seconds. In the first 30 seconds, something crazy happens, right? He tells you, later on in this video, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. So that's a bait to make you say, okay, well, I wanna see that part.
I gotta watch that.
Right? Because he knows that YouTube pays the best if you actually watch the video 80%, 90%. If you watch 90% of the video, cha-ching, 3-4 ads. But I gotta convince you to do that. So I'm gonna hook you early and tell you what to wait for late. He also knows his attention span of his audience, 11 or 12 minutes is all he can really get you. Yeah. So that 11, 12 minutes is really 4 or 5 90-second crazy videos. Yes. So you just really never want to turn it off. He's done so good at that, he can just put 2 of his YouTube videos together and he puts it on Amazon Prime as a show. Yeah. He expanded that to Beast Games. But he really just made something work specifically for the platform. If he posted that same video on Instagram or TikTok, it wouldn't do nothing because it doesn't work for that. So I study the great in every discipline on every platform and see how can I apply that in my way. So I'm comedic, I'm black church. I grew up so churchy that I don't know hip hop the way people who grew up really hip hop know. So I get called out on the black community a lot. I told y'all, we couldn't listen to nothing. We couldn't listen to nothing in the house that wasn't churchy, right? But I was aware of everything all the time. So if there's a trend going on, I'm like, okay, is there a comedic spin I can put on this? Yeah. Is there a black church spin I can put on this? Is there a 90s R&B spin? These are the things that I'm interested in. This is how I built my audience. That I know. Or can I say pumpkin pie? I put sugar on my grits. What's Kev's version of this trend? Because I know trends are going viral because of the trend. I might get somebody who just loves this trend and they're coming in. Yeah. But for me, I would probably be Peyton Manning if I were an NFL player. I know I don't have the physical tools to outrun you. My arm might not be crazy, but if I can study the film, I can know exactly what I want to do. I'm gonna play faster than you. Yeah. And I'm gonna be more efficient than you, and I'm gonna outwork you because I'm efficient. Not because I'm better or smarter, but because I work hard and I've dialed it in.
You know what you're not good at so much, so your strength has to overcompensate for that.
Bingo. There you go. And I don't play outside of my skill set.
Yeah.
I know there was a time where it was really common to put titties and booty in a video. Start on titties, pull back, then the sketches, whatever. I see niggas blow past me from 10,000 followers to 1 million in a summer. And I said, that I'm not gonna do. I can't live with that. And niggas like, have at it, that's you, but I know in 3-4 years, I'm not gonna be able, 3-4 minutes, I won't be able to defend that. But 3 or 4 years, that's not gonna be, we're gonna be like, nigga, what was you doing?
Yeah.
So I know some things I'm just going,
that's not you.
That's not me. So I let it go. I just do what I'm supposed to do, what's in my wheelhouse, and I just execute really well what's in my wheelhouse. Yeah. I don't try to play outside of my wheelhouse too often.
Man, as we were preparing for the show, bro, I saw your video with Lainey at dog daycare. And I'm saying to myself, bro, this is absolute genius, right? It's just like, bro, the video, Auntie was just stretched. Father, I stretch. No wonder she out here trying to get to the daycare. My question is, what's your favorite platform to create content on? I'm hearing TikTok, but what seems like the black people or the culture kind of left Twitter and now has morphed into other streams.
Yeah.
In how have you observed that?
For sure, Twitter became super toxic. It always was, but it became more and more and more. Threads is actually feels like the new Twitter. It has a lot of the fun of Twitter and less of the world star comment nature of Twitter. For me, I think my favorite platform to create for is probably Instagram.
Wow.
I feel like the majority of my audience is there. I have the most reach there. It's more consistent there. TikTok is very up and down. Twitter Threads very up and down. Instagram is a lot more consistent. It's easier to collab. I have stories to interact with, notes and all that stuff. I pull from Twitter and Threads to make content, but I enjoy posting it on Instagram more.
But Instagram doesn't pay.
Well, that's the thing. None of it really pays, straight up. The platforms change their monetization strategies. Outside of YouTube, they change too often to really build your life on it. For me, it's always been about monetizing me. Because the platforms—
Two brands,
to my audience. Okay. Like the majority of people who really get after it outside of YouTubers, it's live shows, it's merch, it's my show, it's enough stuff where brands are interested in, but even that's something I can't control. Sure. So for me, I would love to make a lot of money from the platforms for creating on them, but they incentivize you to do Reels because they want to grow Reels, Instagram for example, and then when they grow it enough, they're like, okay, we're not paying for that no more. Well, dang, I done built, 6, 9, yeah. So for me, I don't base it off of who pays me. TikTok doesn't pay me. It was too, I feel like they don't really want to pay you. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But outside of YouTube, they're all up and down.
Yeah.
But touring is consistent. Podcast revenue, I can, do that. Patreon is consistent. That's the other one. If you ask me really what I do, Patreon. That is my number one most important platform by far.
Wow.
My direct line to my audience who's willing to pay $5 a month to support me or watch those shows, I make sure they are happier than anybody else.
Knowing what you know, and this is off schedule, knowing what you know about me and Funky Friday, would you take Funky Friday off YouTube to go to Patreon, or what would be a strategy if you was advising me?
Okay, I wouldn't take it off YouTube, right? I wouldn't want you to have the problem the Breakfast Club is having, where they were super culturally relevant.
And then they went to Netflix.
They're early.
Yeah.
They're really just early. 3-4 years from now, it will be common to watch podcasts on Netflix. Yeah. Right now, the user experience, it feels foreign to go to Netflix to watch a podcast. Correct. So they're really just early.
They're a part of a pilot program.
1,000%. And I'm certain it was lucrative enough. They had to know. Yeah. Charlamagne too smart to not know.
Yes.
Right? What has worked for me, this is what I recommend. A bonus episode of this for your people who really love Funky Friday, or 4th and 1, or the full episode is on Patreon, right? For me, what's worked on Patreon is early, exclusive, and extra. Those 3 E's. Some things early, like for me, here's the thing, on Patreon, you get to watch it Tuesday early, and exclusively you get to watch it live with us, and we're talking to you in the comments, right? But on Friday, there's a bonus episode that's extra, that doesn't air in full on YouTube. So it's more work for me, but it's way more valuable to the audience because I give them another hilarious episode. Often I'm more relaxed on there because I know this episode's not gonna air publicly. Not so relaxed that I know now that I'm too much of a celebrity. If I said something really crazy, somebody's gonna find it and clip it. But I am often more relaxed. So now I have 8 episodes a month, 4 of which are specifically for Patreon. And people pay for that because they really like the show, they really support me, all that type of stuff. But if I pull it off of YouTube, now I'm gonna struggle to do podcast ads because I'm gonna lose that revenue or that viewership. I'm gonna lose the YouTube revenue. And my Patreon audience might not connect as much to make it worth it. Now, all that being said, if it's no longer lucrative on YouTube,
strip it.
I will strip it and put it directly on Patreon. And I was at that point. Like podcasting, the bubble kind of blew a little bit, maybe a year or 2 ago, probably 2023. There's just so many people entering the game. Sports dominated, gambling dominated back shows.
Sports betting.
Sports betting.
Books, yep.
Those sports betting things, they heavily favor sports related shows.
Yep.
It just makes more sense to bet those. But that ad revenue is not necessarily coming in, but you sign these people to a 2-3 year deal, so you're kind of stuck. So I wouldn't say take the whole thing unless you know your audience is gonna pay you on Patreon more than YouTube would.
Yeah.
But I think there's still a cultural relevance that's important to be free and accessible to everybody. It's still what gets you clipped on TikTok, and it helps the shows grow.
Yeah.
But if you want a business mindset, you really gotta do more, but you gotta have something that people want to pay more for.
Sure.
That's the thing I think most people only do Patreon, just throw some BTS exclusive.
No.
That ain't enough.
No. Because you got real people that's willing to invest real money.
Yes.
That this will be the question. Why would I pay for something that I can already get for free?
Exactly.
And that's the theory.
Yeah.
Now, when you look back over your lineage of content, what was the post that got you recognized or that kind of took off?
See, the funny thing is I don't have one, but I do have a few that helped. The thing that really started me were 2 videos, Stuff Black Church Girls Say and Stuff Black Parents Say. This is YouTube, and this is 2012, if I'm not mistaken. So those started me off on YouTube, right? That's where the Kev On Stage, the Playmakers, we were doing those videos. A week or 2 after that, I started the Kev On Stage page, but that took years to be good. On Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, the first, probably biggest video I ever did was the Waffle House. Atlanta Journal-Constitution said, we done a study that basically Waffle House ain't clean. And I was ranting about this on my way to work, mind you, driving on the freeway. I had my camera mounted on my car. And I was like, niggas already know that.
Duh. We ain't clean going in there, understanding that. We want the That all-star
I want the
is going to
all-star.
always be the all-star.
1,000%. I told a quick story. I was in Atlanta one time, and we at Waffle House, and we had dirty silverware. So we tell the manager, and the waitress, hey, our silverware is dirty. Can we get some new ones? She doesn't take it. She comes and brings a hot cup with lemon, puts our silverware in the hot cup. And she said, stir that around. And I'm like, nigga, that, what? And we did it.
Vet move.
Yeah.
When you go to Waffle House, and Waffle House is not paying me for this ad, but when you go to Waffle House, always ask for plastic silverware.
Oh, snap.
You can never go wrong.
I never did that.
Go to Waffle House, ask for plastic silverware, and that's also for your plastic cup.
Yeah.
Boom. Get your orange juice, get your Sprite. Boom.
But I ain't even tripping. So I said stuff we all knew. I said, why y'all bringing all these plates? There ain't enough room for all this.
Yeah.
Put the bacon with the waffle.
Yeah.
You got this one plate for this, one plate for eggs.
Y'all just making work for y'all,
You
them dishes.
I just said everything that I just experienced at a Waffle House 2 weeks prior to that. I go to work, post that on my way to work, and I come back to hundreds of thousands of views on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all this stuff. It's probably my most recognizable video. But one thing that's helped me posting a video, I posted a video every single day, each day for the last 10 years, at minimum one video, mostly 2 or 3. It really helps me because I know no matter how viral this video goes, tomorrow I gotta post something else. And today, if I got nothing, do nothing, I still gotta post tomorrow. And that balance allows me to focus on the goal. The goal is just to keep creating as much as possible. And I also realize a video doesn't have to be viral for me to like it. A lot of times people think, man, this didn't go viral. Some of my favorite content creators, my favorite video of theirs, it ain't their most viral video.
Yeah.
I just really think that's funny. And to your point about not posting, we rob people the chance to see how funny you are to them by not posting it. If you don't post it, you only guarantee that nobody even has a chance to like it. So many of my videos that I thought were just like nothing, this ain't gonna do nothing, have blown up beyond my wildest dreams. And even I'm like, nigga, this ain't really nothing, but oh well. So just post it, the algorithm will decide.
Man, my favorite video for you, or from you, was that honest video. I think it was coming out somewhere. It was just a cell phone footage of like, you just encouraging people to post. Like every single day I don't feel like posting, but I post. I find certain things to do, and that was kind of like the message. And it was so timely because I think Instagram kind of robs the raw.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel like, that got to be polished a little bit. Like Instagram to me in the sports world is like Sports Center. You only post the highlights.
Yeah.
But when you get the likes of yourself, who's just like, man, listen, bro, like I'm coming from here, I'm coming from there, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that. We come into your zeitgeist or your metaverse, and it's like, yo, like what you got to say about this? And that's an unbelievable strategy that those who master it is one of those things.
Yeah, I think people create, I didn't mean to cut you out. I think people, because of that, and I think you're absolutely right, I think authenticity cuts through because of that.
Yeah.
Because things are so perfect, you think things are always that's why when I'm selling out, I say I'm selling out, but if I ain't selling no tickets, I'll be like, yo, this, I'm bombing in here.
Yeah.
And one of my OGs was like, yo, you gotta stop saying that. You gotta keep it up. And I'm like, nah. Because when I say I'm not coming back to that city because I don't sell well, I'm not even blaming you. I'm just keeping it real. I don't do well enough in this city to come back. People pull up for me and then I can come there. That video that you mentioned, people tell me that all the time. And it was just a spur of the moment thought because I think people think I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I don't love posting content every single day. Right. I do it because it's necessary. Right? You were a professional athlete. Yeah. You could probably play today. You don't have to love working out for working out to be effective. Yeah. If you get under that bench and do this, you don't have to be happy. Right. You will be getting stronger. For sure. I think people think I don't love it. Nobody loves every part of their job. For sure. People I use sports the most because people, it's just easy. Yeah. You're an athlete, you might love playing football. You don't necessarily love practicing all the time. No. You don't necessarily love weight training. You don't necessarily love that you have to have a strict diet to play, at an elite level. You don't necessarily love talking to the media after a loss, but you love the game. Yes. Right? So we all have to do a whole bunch of stuff we don't love to do what we do love. Yeah. I really love doing stand-up comedy more than anything, performing live. I don't love traveling to get there. I don't love taking red eyes. I don't love my bags being lost. I don't love being away from my family. But that 1 hour on stage,
That's your
I do
ministry.
it all for that 1 hour. And in order to even do that, I gotta post 2 or 3 videos a day. So it's all these things I don't love to do that one thing I really love. And that's what it's gonna take. I'm not gonna lie to you and make you think, oh, you just go viral and all. It don't go like that. You really gotta put that work in.
My last content question is this. How has social media changed the way comedians build an audience compared to when you started? When you see the skit comedy versus the stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Skit comedy, Drewski.
Yeah.
You got the B. Simones. You got so many different others that are so relatable. Ha Ha Davis.
Yep.
And then you see the Eddie Murphys of the world. You see, Mark Lawrence, obviously yourself, Tony Baker. Shout out to Tony.
That's my nigga right there, man.
Listen. Tony, you next.
I'ma hit him.
Like, cause I got so much, the haberdash, like, bro, man.
You should absolutely have Tony on here.
His voiceover for the animals.
Oh my God.
How in the world did I get myself into this? Oh my God, like,
bro. And I see him, he be trolling me in the comments, and I'm like, bro, it's so much love, brother. And he be in fucking Friday with no hesitation. So Tony, when you see this, you're next. But thoughts on skit versus stand-up?
So to answer your first question, when I was first doing stand-up, the only way to get on is to do Comic View, Bad Boys of Comedy, some TV show that would showcase you to the world, right? Tonight Show, that was it. You gotta get to LA, you gotta showcase enough to be on those big shows. Then around 2013, you realize people start building their audiences online, and then they can start to sell out shows. What most people don't realize is stand-up is one set of skills. Creating skits or being funny on the internet is another set of skills. Some people have both. You cannot be good at stand-up without putting the time in on stage. Stand-up is the mastery of multiple skills: public speaking, originality, creativity, stage presence, spur of the moment, improv, reading an audience. You need to do all those things simultaneously. That takes time. You can be funny, but what most people don't realize is, and I learned this from doing plays, I can deliver something the exact same way, and different audiences are gonna take it differently based on nothing to do with you.
Right.
I did Macbeth in college for 3 weeks, 20, 30 odd performances. That was really good for stand-up because I realized, it actually isn't me sometimes. Like, I can say a joke verbatim the same way at 7 o'clock and 9:30. At 9:30, the 10 o'clock show, the late show, they ain't laughing as hard because they tired. It's a little hotter in here. I really wanted the 7 o'clock show, but I didn't get it. I went to work, I couldn't really take a nap. I got late. All those factors really matter. Saturday night, oh my God, everybody's in the great.
This the funniest.
This funniest thing ever. That Saturday night show. I can tell you, as a comedian, you get 6 shows. If you did Thursday, Sunday, 2 shows on Friday, 2 on Saturday, I can tell you in order how the best are gonna go. Saturday night, best show. Friday early, second best show. Saturday late, third best show. Usually Sunday's gonna be better than a Thursday night because Thursday night is the school night. I gotta get up and go to work on Friday. The worst show of the night, both ticket sale wise and energy wise, is gonna be the Friday late. I work today and it's 10 o'clock. It's now 11 o'clock by the time you get on. I'm tired. But to answer your question, what people have done really well, DC Young Fly did this probably the best. Started off on the internet, roasting people, frying people for years, right?
But bring that ass here.
For years. Builds an audience off that, goes to Wildin' Out. Now he's exposing more of his skills.
So he's the same person. Though.
Same person, roasting, funny, quick, improv, wanted good at stand-up, went the hard way and just performed. Open mics, show after show, year after year. Now he on We Them Ones tour, but he actually put the time in. Those people are gonna be successful.
Right.
But what a lot of people found out is 45 minutes of stand-up when you haven't done it before is really hard, and it's a long time. Yeah. And your celebrity, they love you for your skits, it buys you about 3 minutes. Then that's it. And laughter is involuntary. So I gotta make you laugh every single time, but I don't realize, and also people had to realize that what works on the internet doesn't necessarily translate to straight, because you got the caption, you got this, you got a short amount of time. a lot of people just didn't understand that. It's like that Fresh Prince episode with Will and D.L. Hughley.
Yeah.
When he was like, dang, this is actually really hard. It's really that episode all over again because it's really a discipline. Like it's an art form that has to be worked out.
It's so interesting as you mentioned kind of DC and anybody who's fan, and I'm not afraid to mention other platforms, the 85 South show. When you see it in real time and you're like, bro, this dude is just he's literally picking somebody out in the corner. It's just like, and it's hilarious.
The 85 South show, I want to pause and interrupt you. They don't get enough credit for how much of pioneers they were in everything black comedy culture.
Sure.
There will be documentaries about the doors they opened via podcasting and their live show, how to work together as brothers who have their own separate things and interests, come back together for the bag.
Yes.
I have copied them to a T. The Bald brothers, me and Tony, I told Chad and Brian, Los, all of them, I said I had to have my version of that because y'all improv. I appreciate y'all opening the door for me. I'm walking through it because I realized 2 or 3 years ago.
It's just like.
But also they really skilled.
Yeah.
The problem is people don't realize how hard it is because they make it look easy.
Yeah.
It is not easy. They got the live band. They going for 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Like they are pioneers. Like in the same way Eddie Murphy was pioneers in this way. They are. A lot of the black comedy people owe them a debt of gratitude.
A head nod.
And guess what, Cam? They started at the Chuckles Comedy Club in Memphis on a Thursday night, off night. Like they built it into arenas.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like just somebody proving that it can be done is so important. Yeah. So I love those dudes.
When you see a situation like T.I. though, right? What would you kind of attest, not to, from a comedian?
Yeah.
How do you see that critique from your world to say like, this is why it didn't necessarily go over well to the audience?
I think it's a couple of things. One, I just want to highlight this about T.I. When he cut his hair and started rapping in that song that's popping right now, I think we forgot how good he is at one thing.
Correct.
I think one thing that stand-up does, because you're rapping on stage, T.I. is actually doing a lot of the things that a stand-up has to be good at. Stage presence, audience, originality, creativity.
Right.
He's also, the unfortunate thing for him, he doesn't have the benefit I had of starting when nobody knew who I was. If you get on that stage at UTI, especially if you're headlining, I expect you to be the headliner.
No, for sure.
When really, in his career, he should be doing open mics early for 10, 15 people, building up the skill. But because of the internet, he's not allowed to start off slow.
Yeah. He's not allowed to be bad.
He's not allowed to be bad.
Yeah.
If I'm paying for you and you're in that spot, that's the other part. Like, because you're T.I., you're not doing a 3-minute guest spot. Like, the clubs want you to sell tickets.
Yeah.
They putting you in that spot. And you, like I was saying, there's no quick way to be good at stand-up. It's like quickly being good at golf. You can't. It takes hours and hours. It doesn't matter how athletic you are. Like, yes, some skills translate, but time doesn't. So he has to put in the same hours that everybody else has to do, but he doesn't have the grace that a lot of us had. We did that without expectation. When I was bad at stand-up, it was 4 people in a coffee shop in Tacoma.
Yeah.
There's nobody recording me. I'm not going viral.
You were nobody to record.
I'm not even nobody to record. Nobody's being like, oh, if I put you on the bill, I'm gonna sell tickets.
Yeah.
But when I do that, I expect a certain level of skill. If you're in that spot.
For sure.
I bought tickets to see you. You now gotta be good. Yeah. So I think then it happens and you know, people posting his bad moments online. And online, it's just easier to talk negatively about stuff, and that gets into your mind, and all that plays into it.
I think T.I., on topic but off topic, I think the whole Harris household has something that I don't think culture has really appreciated or processed right. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think T.I. and his lineage, his family, from his daughters to sons, is the modern day version of the Jackson family.
What do you mean? How so?
Musically gifted.
Oh, got you.
I told him this in Super Bowl. I said, bro, when you're ready, we need a family album.
Yeah.
There's some people that have sons that probably have made music, but it just doesn't come across as like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Put so-and-so back on. But when you hear Damani,
like Buddy Red.
Buddy Red. Then you see, when you hear Eris, when you hear just all of them are so talented in their own right. And it's like, yo, that's hard to do.
Well, they got the talent on both sides. They have T.I., the rapper, one of the best rappers of all time. King of the South, like well-respected. Tiny.
Yes.
Well-respected in 90s R&B for her pen. Like, this is just your God-given DNA.
For sure.
Right? You grow up with that. Then, to your point, I've never seen a family who's, when they were beefing with 50, he was getting beefed at in different disciplines of rap.
It was an octopus how many times people were... it was like, bro, I can go through the T.I. way.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the gutter version.
Right.
Then don't even mention King. King is like the ratchet, the cousin that's like, man, I ain't even gonna rap. But I'm just talking, and then it's just
Damani was introspective, sort of like J. Cole-ish.
Yeah, you got to put a microscope to hold on, slow that down.
Yes.
What did you just say? Yeah.
And then Buddy Red can be a rock musician, blues musician. Yeah. So as a father, I'm just like, I know as a father, I'm looking at that, I'm like, what a blessing to have my kids not only be in my discipline, but skilled in my discipline. In their own font. Sure. Like Will Smith and Jada Smith, they got Jaden rap, Willow alternative rock, both very talented.
Yes.
But not copies of their parents. Correct. Even though Jada did do rock music, like Willow's in her own lane. Yeah. I imagine that. And also coming to the defense of their mom.
Yes.
As a father, I'm like, absolutely right.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are. You got to get out there. You know what I'm saying? So that, as a father, that had to be crazy. But I would love to see them live,
bro. That's something that is like we're so on to the next. But I just wanted to give him his flowers at that moment. It was like, bro, you did good, dog. Especially, we talk about so much and forget that they were in some way, shape, form the black figure of how people looked at households and celebrity. With the family business.
Yep.
The family hustle, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But speaking of family, I'm a preacher's kid.
When you said you did, when you were mentioning that Kirk Franklin album, I said, oh, you a church kid.
Oh, no, I'm church.
If you know that Hosanna album, you had a praise dance.
Hosanna forever. So when you were saying, it's like, bro, I know more gospel songs, hymns, and just the culture of music. So when you say churchy, I'm like, okay, bro, I'm a preacher's kid, you're a military brat. Which one of us had it harder?
Okay.
Let's compare.
All right.
I grew up churchy, as you know.
Yeah.
We're going to play a game, who's more churchy? Cam versus Kev edition.
Wow.
My producer, John A. She told me this.
I don't know if I can be beat on churchiness.
Listen, this. I
don't know.
We were going over it and I'm like, okay. I've never had, there's so many firsts of this where I'm like, okay, this is cool.
I'm very curious.
So going to ask questions and whoever gets the most correct will be proclaimed the winner of the most churchiest person.
Okay.
John A,
ready?
Are you ready?
Question 1, in no particular order, who are the 4 groups that walk out in the Sunday service processional?
Processional?
The beginning of Sunday service, who are the 4 groups of people that come out?
Oh, deacons.
4 groups of people in a procession? What church is
So
that?
you got a deacon, the motherboard,
the ushers?
the ushers, and the evangelist, or the
choir?
Choir.
Okay, this is her personal thing.
Yeah.
I ain't had no processional in my life.
Okay, you're talking to a person, first off, Pentecostal church.
Yes.
And it was old, deep South Pentecostal. We didn't have those robes.
Right.
And certain uniformities that a lot of people may have had. That was bougie church. I'm talking about it's musty, fly in here. We had the fans of the presenting sponsor that we was I've never seen this funeral home But they done gifted the church 1,000 fans. Then they was like, yo, instead of going with the wood fan, you had the plastic fan.
Yeah.
Then you got the kids playing pop.
So wait, you didn't have when people came in and they would say, please welcome in our choir, and the choir would march in?
When I started church growing up, it was devotion. A deacon would start with devotion.
Mm-hmm.
So he would start, the ushers would, the choir was the only people who actually walked down, like processional wise. But the mother board, deacon board, they were all there. They did not walk down.
The choir was like, y'all come on up and sing this the selection.
Ours walked down.
You know what I'm saying?
They walked or marched?
They marched.
No.
They marched. I'm gonna give you the march.
Mine was, all right, at this particular point in time of the service, we'll have a selection from the choir. And then they just came and rose like putties. Like, like boom. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of the things.
Question two.
All right.
What does the acronym Bible stand for?
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
What is this?
Yeah.
Basic instruction before leaving.
Before leaving Earth. VeggieTales on me, nigga. What's good?
Yes, said.
Bob
What? Never heard that a day of my life.
Really?
Never.
Oh, yeah, I heard that all the time growing up.
Never. Go ahead.
Which service is longer, Pastor's Anniversary or Easter Sunday?
Oh, Easter.
No. Pastors.
Nah, Easter. Speeches. The message is longer. The kids got to do something. The pastor...
That's true.
And there's more people in there, so the pastor got to get off a little bit.
That is true.
Because he knows you're only going to come this time.
The pastor service for me was almost like the flex for the members. It was like, yo, we're going to do this. This is our appreciation.
You know what? You're right, though. Because that could drag.
Because I'm the pastor's child. Like, I'm like, man, last third Sunday, okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying? You made this cornbread from scratch. You put your pound cake, okay. All right, what happened to you? Like, now, it depends now. So if we're talking about church, I would even have to second with you with the Easter, but it all depends on who has the testimony mic.
For sure.
And we all know that wrong person getting the testimony, like they getting up and it's like, And as a child, you don't get no volume in your mic.
Nah.
It's like if you say something, you get that look.
For sure.
And it's like, but you know she about to be up here long. You know it, man.
Be there all night.
We get it. God will bless you with $20 on the floor or $5 on the floor. Huh? But go ahead.
All right, speaking of Easter, if you can remember, I want each of you to recite a portion of your Easter speech that you gave as a child.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Jesus loves me and he loves you too. Ha ha! But what?
I don't remember. I never gave an Easter speech in my life.
What?
Never.
Can I have an honest moment right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I think church is getting soft. Because I did say multiple Easter speeches, but I didn't have the luxury of reading it.
Oh, nah.
I went to church and I'm plagued. I don't get to go to other people's churches.
Oh, me neither.
So it's like,
they're not saved.
Like, listen, hey, my dad said, hey, son, where you at? And Pop, I'm out of town. All right. Hey, send that cash app, don't pay your tithes. It's like, man, all right, bet. If I'm not going to my dad's church, I don't go to church. But when I went to church here recently for Easter last year, so many kids was reading their Easter speech. And I'm like, he cheating. Like, she cheating, bro. Like, what are we doing?
They said that the black church was the conservatory for so many musicians, speakers. We was really in there because you got a chance to perform. We didn't consider perform, but basically perform.
Yes.
You got feedback.
Right.
We had, remember, black musicians, majority of R&B singers, musicians was in there learning in church.
No, for sure.
Learning, playing by ear and stuff like that. And that consistent opportunity to play or speak. We used to do like theme speaking where you'd be young. I got to preach early, young, not a kid, but like 15, 16, theme speak, things like that. And because the black church is not as much of the fabric of the black community as it was when we were younger, the quality of the musicians is a little bit less because they haven't had that same time and kind of ground to be built up. Like Casey and JoJo, the Devontae and Dalvin, they daddies was church people. Jodeci was
lot of people.
Casey was a quartet. He was in a quartet before. Casey and the Haley Singers, I think they were called. So you got to get people up. Stuff like that. It's the same thing when it's time to get people up for your R&B show. Like, I got to get people out of their seat, how I move, how I sing, what notes I do. Like, that's why you see these black artists in the 40s and 50s still been able to do it, because they've been born in the church and raised in the church. They've just been able to perform so many more times than these artists.
Honest moment, too. I'm sorry for...
We have one more, but go ahead.
If you hear this, you know you're cooked in church or you're messing up. Let him use you. Let him use you is the universal saying that it's okay.
You bombing right now.
You bomb.
Let him use you to fix this.
Let him use you, baby. It's okay. Let him.
all right.
If you hear that,
That's all right.
that's another one.
Because they're not going to boo you, but they low-key booing you when they
It's
say
almost-
that. That's
that-
all right.
yeah.
Yes. That's all right. Take your time.
All right, last question. Last question, and this one is subjective.
Okay.
What is the signal the altar call is about to start?
Oh, this is very subjective. In my church, the pastor would say, all over the building we're standing. That was altar call. All over the building we're standing. Praise team, if you would come. Those are probably the two things I heard the most for altar call. Or like the evoking of like, it's your time to let Jesus into your heart.
That one. And it typically came after the sermon.
For sure.
So after the preacher
Yeah.
preached, the pastor, the evangelist, the prophet, you knew that when he closed that Bible,
For sure. That might be it, actually.
now God is calling me.
Yeah.
And then that's when everybody started looking down at
I don't want you to leave here
without
today.
me touching and really extracting that demon
Yeah.
from you.
I would be remiss if I didn't even offer you the chance.
To have everlasting life.
Come on up. All over the building we're standing.
Come on. Kevin, come on. What?
I ain't even do nothing.
Like, that ain't it. But
But
how many of us felt the pressure? And this is the thing. If me and you partners,
For sure.
it's like, I ain't gonna go if you don't go,
Right.
but if you go, I ain't gonna leave you by yourself. All right? Now, this is the one that I hated the most. Evangelist, pastor, preacher, bishop, I'm not gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall. It don't matter how hard you put, bro. I'm not, you can't get me to,
That's
because if I
hilarious.
fall, man, they gonna rag
for
me, they
sure.
gonna joan me. Oh, you caught the Holy Ghost.
Nah, you can't fall. As a man, put that back foot back.
And get
And they
good
bend you. They push your back in. I'd rather you break me in half and kill me than to if I fall, I need to be dead. Because they gonna be like, this nigga done failed in church. You soft. That was the Holy Ghost, man. What you mean?
Because now it ain't even about that. Because now, how long do you stay down?
Oh, yeah.
Because now it's so many different factors when you catch, like, boom, you fall, and then you fall, and then they put the sheet over you.
Come on,
boom,
man.
the murder scene, the forensic files.
Watch out,
And then
man.
it's just like, And I'm thinking to myself, like, what do you do when you're done? Do you look up?
no.
Do you see if the coast is clear?
I
You
ain't
know?
never failed.
It's
Never lost.
Bro, it was a stare down. I had to start looking at the lady because I started getting the growth spurt at like 15. So she up
They
there.
got a point to prove with
Man,
you.
it's like, oh yeah, you called. Oh, God is telling me something about you. Oh, you stubborn. Okay. Okay, more oil, please. More oil. And then, bro, and I'm like, sweetheart, baby. And I'm like, Mom, help. Pop, you just go. There's so many stories I got in church, man, that
That's
it was like.
funny, man.
But I would like to attest a lot of my public speaking ability because of church.
I'm telling you.
And it happens natural. It's like, I just left this conference and, we were talking about, the upcoming shows and we talked about our partnership with Revolt And some people you can tell instantly, do they kind of have a moment where it's shock to see people?
Yeah.
Because now we're also in a day and age of content where not a lot of people see the people that they're talking to.
1,000%. They talking to a phone.
They talking to a phone, and they can kind of live stream it or see the comments or whatever. Well, I was from the cloth of, no pun intended, just speaking it out and hearing, let them use it. It's all right, it's okay.
Yes.
And then it's just like bombing and messing up, the miming, you know what I'm saying, the praise dancing. I was on the bongos, just boom. I was trying to sneak out and getting called out. Cam, stand up. I was sleeping in church. I was that kid. Dog.
You had it harder than me.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
My parents weren't the pastors. The pastor's kid had way higher expectations, but maybe that's part of why you became who you were, because the expectation was always on you.
Yeah.
You already had the people's eyes on you. Yeah. He was elevating you even then.
And I had to watch that hand. It's your God.
Even as a child.
Oh, I'm feeling something right here. Oh, Father God and
Jesus. In the eye of the storm. My God.
Man, and if I got $1 for every time I made the preface or the mention of me being a preacher's kid, you always say, ooh, y'all the worst ones. I will be a billionaire. I need that $1. Because Lord have mercy.
That's the people's fault, though, by the way. People put the pressure and pedestal on preachers' kids that they don't apply to their own kids. You think because the pastor's son or daughter, that's their parent, they're supposed to act perfect. Yeah. In my church, we was all doing the same thing, but only the preacher's kids was like, well, nah, I know you ain't doing it. We all in the back hunching. Elder Washington's son, that's just his dad. We all hunching in the lock-in. Everybody hunching back here. You don't smell that? That ain't the Holy Ghost. This is puberty. And, there's a lot of stuff going on. If you're going to have us here all the time, we going to do some sin.
Our fingernails dirty.
But come on, man. We out here.
Man, Vacation Bible School was our way out. It was a release.
Out here,
no
man.
pun intended. It was, listen, like, look, when y'all had that extra meeting,
we back there.
We back there figuring it out.
We fingering each other.
Playing how to go get the Holy Ghost.
That's why we go to the altar immediately after, because I seen right during 3:30 service, I was in the Sunday school. Our church had a back house for Sunday school. And we would have people go in the back and get fingered to come right back, go straight to the altar. No hand wash. Finger, no hand wash.
Bro, I did
Nothing.
it. I did it, bro. Smell it. Smell it. Smell it.
And
But,
now
hey,
the pastor feel like he's speaking directly to you. Like some of y'all seen today, like, dang, does he know?
This conversation happened, and I'm sorry that we diverted. We had made an off-guard right turn. Do you call it fingering or finger pop?
Fingering.
I heard finger pop, and
I've heard
like,
finger pop before too.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I've heard that lately, but when I was coming up, he was getting fingered.
This is a
Fingered
very
and hunched on.
intrusive question.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking the viewer. If you're seeing this, under the sound of my voice, this is so wrong. What's your fingers that you use? And everybody looked at that finger right now. I was like, hold on, I use these two. These two locked in. These two. It's either these two or these two.
Oh, you crazy if you going middle fingers. You ain't got no control.
Who don't?
You
Who don't? Boy, these are soul touchers, huh? We gonna extract that demon, huh? We gonna trigger that pH. Okay, let's get. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Let me get back on track.
That's my bad. I took us there.
Look. Baby. Oh my goodness. And them panties ain't breathable. And I'm gonna let y'all know. Look, stop. Stop. I just had a flat. Like,
Oh, man.
we all been there.
Yeah, man, we good now.
And we didn't know. We just thought that was. Does church ever get upset with your comedy?
Church has got upset with my comedy, for sure. They probably gonna be upset about me saying this.
This gonna be, this, oh yeah.
But listen, I've been offending church people. I've actually thought about this from the first time I touched the stage in church. I realized, older saints, I grew up, it was always older churches. I didn't grow up in a really young church. Like, we was kids, but it was majority
It wasn't
retired
a
military.
gap.
No.
It just was old and young.
755, right? A lot of them old saints, man, because, they would do I got to perform stand-up for the first time at church. It was like a young people's talent show. These people, 55, 60, retired military, they don't think nothing about the Bible is funny. And nothing about life either.
Blasphemy.
It's blasphemy. I used to get that all in real life. This is prior to social media. Because remember, I did comedy before social media. You could even post videos.
Right.
So there was times where I was doing comedy in church, and missionaries. When I was going to a Kojic church, the district missionary got up and said, "God is not pleased," and walked out while we were performing. And it was just like Birdman when he left the Breakfast Club.
Oh, three of y'all.
It was like.
All three of y'all, bro. I'm so with you
Exactly.
right now, bro.
And they all walked out and they got deadly silent.
No more.
No more. And we watched them walk out, and when they left, we continued on our set, and people were not laughing no more. So at every level of comedy, in real life, when I was 16, 18, 20, prior to social media, on social media, I've always offended people. I think to some people, it is blasphemy. Even though the Bible says laughter is like a medicine, for every 10 people that love me, another 1 or 2 think I shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be funny. But that isn't unique to me. Every Christian comedian has a story like that. Right. Me, Carlton Banks, Anna Douglas, Tim Shropshire, all these people have that story. It's just, it comes with the territory.
So speaking on controversy, right? Recently, some online discussions question your representation of Christianity publicly. Mm-hmm. There was a post that went viral warning podcasters to be careful with having you on their show. You, specifically, Kevin. A lot of people, including celebrities, came to your defense.
Yeah.
How do you process those type of situations happening for the world to kind of observe too?
Low key, the first thing that I realized, Cam, I ain't gonna hold you, is like, the person who started that wasn't a big creator. And what I had to process first is like, my name is bigger than I realize. The tagging of me and talking about me specifically, good or bad, was enough that I was trending for like almost a week over that. And I didn't even say anything in the moment. It wasn't like I went viral for the video at the time and then I was trending. Like, the video had been out he wasn't even talking about a specific video. So the first thing that I had to realize is like, Dan, you really gotta watch what you say, or not necessarily that I said anything I disagree with, but like whatever you say can become a topic of discussion. And more, I try to say that I'm not a celebrity.
Right.
I'm not famous, but that's just not true. Because an average person, that clip, that thread, that video, that TikTok wouldn't go viral if they were talking about somebody who's not famous enough for that to be, worthy of posting. I thought it was interesting because I don't position myself as a pastor or teacher. Mm-hmm. I'm just a church kid. I'm not even saying you got to get your theology from me. You should not. I actually agree. Mm-hmm. You should get your theology from a theologian.
Yeah.
I never can say that word right. But I think what it boiled down to is I've been pretty vocal about loving LGBT people. Mm-hmm. And that just doesn't go over well with a lot of church people. And it's just, I've been thinking about this a lot, and if I go to Judgment Day and God is like, Kev, let's talk about your love for LGBT people and all the things you said, I'm gonna take my chances with whatever happens. Mm-hmm. If he ends up being like, and I didn't like that, well, man, I thought I was gonna go with love. Yeah. The word Christian, the IAN in Latin means to be like. So a Christian is to be like Christ. To me, my understanding of the Bible, false teacher.
Prefacing it.
A false teacher, just a nigga. That's all I am. Jesus led with love at every point.
At all points.
At all points. Even when the law, the adulterous woman, and listen, I'm not a theologian, so y'all can dissect this and say I don't understand. That's totally fine. The adulterous woman, the religious scholars try to catch him up. They say this woman committed adultery. The law says we're supposed to stone her. What do you say? And the legal thing, the right thing would be to stone her. But Jesus, in my understanding, came to do what was good, not necessarily what was right or legal. So he said, okay, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So to me, you could have legally stoned her, but he chose the goodness of letting her go walk away unscathed. He was always with the sinners and the publicans and the tax collectors. These are the outcasts of society. These are people he spent time with. I think a lot of times, we want to be, we being Christians, we want to be the chastisers and then the correctors of people. I don't choose that path. I choose love over and over, partly because the main reason was very personal to me. I was raised, queerness is a sin, being gay is a sin. I was raised that way. And I remember when my son was born, I held him, when I grew up, people was like, my son was gay, I kicked him out. Like, that was commonplace. Yeah. Remember when I was holding my son, he was premature, he was like 4 pounds, so he was about this big. He didn't even touch my elbow. His head was here, his legs kind of finished right here. And I remember holding him like, man, I'm so sorry. It don't matter who he loves. I'm not gonna kick him out. He don't have nothing but us. Yeah. Like, at that, man, I didn't say nothing to church, to nobody in church about this. I just remember having this thought internally. But we talking about queer people are my family, my cousins, trans people are my cousins.
Can we make it, going back to us having I'm sorry to cut you off, but.
It's all good.
For us to be from different places, different countries, different ethnicities, different states, different counties, different sets, different zones, different whatever. If you really in the culture, we all have that, at least one family member.
For sure.
That, let's just say, is questionable.
Right. Yeah.
And it's awkward to even discuss.
If you ain't in an open family, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I always grew up and I heard this statement, that's not of God.
For sure.
And to me, my curiosity was always, but why not? My children have taught me that's a valid question and to explain. And with my journey in Christ and in church, it wasn't always explained properly.
Right.
It was because I said so. And that was a valid answer.
Of course. And when we grew up, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? It was just like, oh, say less.
It didn't answer your question, but it did end the questioning.
It ended it. But being in this type of world that we live in, having that much malice or hatred towards something goes back to the biblical scripture. He who casts the first stone. A lot of what our principles is love.
For sure.
We used to always wear these bands. Yeah. What would Jesus do? Jesus ain't squaring up with these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro. Like, he's taking the more peaceful route.
And can I give you an example of how I saw love actually in my life work with somebody that was visibly a sinner, and the sinner in question was my brother. He had kids, he was shacking up, everything we all agreed was sinful. And he had not been going to church for years. And the church I was going to at the time, I remember church was from like 11 to 1, 1:30 or so. When he first started coming, he'd come at 1:15 and sit in the back row. And everybody loved on him, nice. Everybody knew he'd sometimes bring his son, all this stuff. And 1:15 became 1 o'clock. Love, love, love. Come to my house for dinner. Come here. We're going out. Right? He's standoffish at this part of his journey. Next thing you know, because people loved him out loud, here, come to dinner. 1 o'clock became 12:30. 12:30, love became 12, became 11. Eventually, my brother was the superintendent of the Sunday school because people loved him from the back of the church to the front. In the midst of sinning this whole time. Right? This whole time, over years, sinning this whole time, they loved him, made him feel welcome from the back of the church to the front of the church to eventually the pulpit. Now, that same church, there was a girl who was, I would say, masculine presenting. It was kind of understood that she was gay. Mom made her come to church. Okay, what you do? You gonna come sit on that third row, right?
Third. Yeah.
That same church, she was not welcomed with the same love. So the third row became the fifth row. Became the seventh row, became the back row. And when she could live her own life, she left the church. So I'm seeing—
And did not return.
Never came back. Never came back. One time when I was a youth pastor, this hit me even harder. There was a kid who was openly gay, right? The teens are just invited. He's like, this is my homeboy from school. I told him we going, we playing basketball, we going to, Ocean Shores, we going to Space Needle. Like, it's fun for you. He came to church for a whole summer, right? I preach my same things, teach my Bible study the same way. One Bible study, Cam, one time, he goes to the bathroom, A deacon catches him in the back, on the way. He's like, "You gay? Why are you even here? You know that's a sin, right?" Never saw the kid again. I didn't know this in the moment. Why are you even in here with that sin, right? 3 weeks go by, I'm like, "Yo, where's your boy?" And she's like, "Oh, they didn't tell you? Like, one of the deacons was like calling him out, said he needed to go to the altar for prayer and all this type of stuff. Didn't know him. He felt uncomfortable, never came back." So in my life, I've seen how love and acceptance versus making people feel unaccepted and unloved, that brought them one person in and pushed two people out. So for me, in practice with my own eyes, I'm not admonishing the whole church, I'm talking about my churches that I went to with my community. I saw what that was, and I'm like, I'm going to lead with love because I've seen what love can do, right? And I think and if you don't like that, that's okay.
That's a you thing.
That's a you thing.
Yeah.
You can't whoop me. You're not my pastor. I'm 42 years old. I don't even owe you an explanation.
Yeah.
You do how you do. You ain't gonna stop.
We're hypocrites in the church from what I've observed.
You just talking about you.
I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about that's not of God, but the equalizer in that is, as soon as they reach into their pockets, you're gonna accept it.
Now you walking heavy now, Cam.
I know I am. But
You in dangerous territory.
I know I am. But you have to speak truth to power.
Yeah.
And I've had these conversations openly because I want to acknowledge the corruption.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody say, It's drug money. Don't worry about that. We don't want that. This queer money. We don't want that. This is adultery money. Man, listen.
We need all that for the building fund.
Green is green, blue is blue. Copper is copper, silver is silver.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I just always found it. It's like, yo, you can't choose your sin.
And you know what, Cam? I think you're hitting on something that I've thought, and I'm talking about in my family. I'm always trying to keep it personal because
you have to. I've learned that in content. Yes.
I'm talking about what I've seen.
Right.
What was the most damaging thing in my Christian walk is I thought we was all playing by the same rules. We was telling me drinking is a sin. For example, this is in my life. Okay, drinking is a sin. We ain't supposed to drink.
Right.
Okay, drinking's bad. I'm never gonna do it. I find a bottle of Seagram's extra dry gin behind my grandma's TV.
No way.
I said, hold on now.
Stop.
What this is? Hot gin. I drank some.
No, you didn't.
Absolutely, I did.
Did you catch the Holy Ghost?
No, I catch the Holy Ghost. I got my throat burned to hell. Gin is hot gin. It was behind a big booty TV.
It gets hot.
It gets hot behind that TV. So later on in life, I remember I come back from college to visit my grandma, and my aunt was a preacher at this time. She has some Zimas in the refrigerator and some daiquiris. I was like, hold on. I thought drinking was a sin. She was like, I mean, for you, because you ain't 21. I was like, nah, my whole life y'all said drinking is a sin. She was like, I mean, well, you ain't supposed to get drunk, and we just say some of those things because we don't want new believers to think they can do stuff. Y'all said it was a sin.
I want law.
I was living my life based on this, and now I'm finding out that it ain't what y'all say it is. And then as I got older, I started working in the church, start being around more gospel artists and pastors and stuff.
Exposed to a lot.
I just realized that what a lot of people say from the pulpit on social media isn't necessarily the life they actually live or the things they believe. Watch this. I've had plenty of pastors come to me, pull me to the side and be like, low-key, I'm with you on, how you feel about gay people. I just know from the pulpit I can't say that because then I'll lose some of my flock. And I'm like, so do you believe it or don't you believe it? And I think because I'm not a pastor, false teacher, I'm not bound. I don't have a flock to try to keep you like, I don't have that. Yeah. I just have my life. I have my kids. Like my oldest son, when he first voted the first time, the main reason he voted, his homegirl is a lesbian. He was like, I want her to be able to marry who she wants. This is important to me to defend her rights. Like, I gotta answer to my kids. I want my kids to be proud of me, and I want to be able to explain everything that I believe. I don't want to be like, but you know how my dad is. Like, I am also open to learning and change. I realize a lot of times in church, people are not open to understanding that what they were taught might not have been correct. I grew up in churches, this is no disrespect to my pastors. None of my pastors ever went to seminary. They weren't masters in divinity. They weren't PhDs. in theology. They were just studying on their own. The internet really exposed me to a lot of different thoughts. A lot of pastors who were masters in divinity went to theology school, went to seminary. They're challenging me, but I'm a person that likes to be challenged.
Love it.
A lot of people don't want anything to be challenged because wait a second, if gay people ain't wrong, then what is? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't want to wrestle with any of that conviction because if this ain't true, then what is true? So I'd rather be like this, and I'm not even trying to change your mind. I'm just saying,
I got you.
I'm very similar to you. I'm very curious. I'm asking questions. When I was a kid, they shut that down. When I was a man, I could seek out more answers.
Yeah.
And this is how I decide to live my life. If that makes you mad, that is okay.
For sure.
I'm not gonna change.
There's one of the things that you kind of mentioned, and that's your brother. Mm-hmm. You've been extremely open about your grief journey dealing with his passing. What's your next venture in how you're making grief, quote unquote, good?
That's a great question. My brother was like I was telling you about my family. Yeah. He was part of that base, that home base.
Root. Yeah.
So when I lost him, it was very detrimental to me because I lost both a brother, a manager, and a friend, right? That's my nigga. That's who I talk to about sports. My wife is great, but she's not my person I talk to about sports. The Seahawks, done converted to, 3-4. Like,
she's slapping your hand just because she
like,
loves you
woo!
and she don't know what's going on.
She don't know who Nick is in safety. He don't know. She's not watching the
Jackson
draft.
Smith and Jigba.
She don't know none of that. She don't know Sam Darnold from nothing. That was my nigga. We watched him from when Hasselbeck was with the Seahawks to when they lost to the Steelers. And one of the things I say in my show is he passed away. The Seahawks only had one Super Bowl. They just won, and he don't have that experience. So this is like that love has nowhere to go. So this show that I've done, Grief Sucks, it's an hour 15, one-man show about my grief journey and about grief as a journey for a lot of people. It's proven to be really relatable to people. People laugh, they cry. It's my way of using humor to heal both myself and everybody else. And there's been people who've come up to me after and been like, I actually haven't lost anybody significant in my life yet. And some people 20, 30, even 40. But they're like, hearing your show has allowed me to be like, okay, when this happens, I'll be prepared. Yeah, because some people are like, I'm scared because I don't know how it's gonna hinder me. And for me, it's like, it's the best way I can honor him because I'm honoring him with my gift. Yeah. Like if I were a painter, I would paint a portrait. People are like, that's beautiful. You painted a portrait of your brother, This is my gift. So to honor him with my gift feels like the best way to honor him and to keep his legacy alive. And at the same time, help me heal and help other people heal. So that's why it means so much to me.
No, it's vulnerable.
Oh yeah.
To say the least. But we don't oftentimes get that version of the black man.
For sure.
What is it about that you want to, dare I say, expose, but just bring to light? Like the vulnerability for the black man to be able to have an outlet.
I wasn't a vulnerable person. And low-key, my wife helped me with that.
Yeah.
It was actually not even, she helped me, but it was it was a necessity and requirement for our marriage to continue that I had to become more vulnerable. Because she started to feel like we weren't connecting. And I'm, blowing up and doing all this stuff and on the road more. And not being vulnerable with her, we feel like we're just ships passing in the night at home when I am home. And I didn't even know what she meant by vulnerability at first. And I remember one time she was like, I think I just need you to share your fears with me. And I was like, I can't share my fears with you because I don't share my fears with myself. I can't even be honest enough with myself to accept that I'm actually afraid that this venture won't work. I feel like I gotta be, braggadocious and all that stuff. But as a black man, I feel like it's important to showcase that vulnerability because, black men, we lead in medicine, we have high levels of heart attack, stroke, and a lot of it's related to stress. Yeah. And because, it's, for me, it was like, you weak if you go to therapy, you weak if you speak about your feelings, you weak if you cry. We teach little boys, don't cry, you a big boy. Yeah. Men don't, boys don't cry becomes men don't cry. But that don't mean your feelings don't make you want to cry. Right. You're just taught that you can't do that. And I think I've just, over the last 6 to 8 years, I've started to kind of chip away at my own vulnerability. And I don't think I could even do this show if I hadn't done that work previously, because I wasn't even open enough with myself to do that. Now I am, and it's a very vulnerable show. Sometimes I cry. I've done like 12 of them. I've cried in like 10 of 12 because it's that impactful to me. Like it really feels like the truest form of live entertainment for me because I'm really putting my heart out there for your humor, but also for you to feel my pain.
It's real.
And it's absolutely real. I'm still dealing with missing this nigga today.
No, for sure.
Like if he knew I was here, he'd be like, nigga, damn. He probably would be here. Like that's what type of person he was. Like if it was something we would both be excited about, he would be like, nigga, like he would be. So living that, there's also like a little bit of guilt. So like, the unfortunate part of living life is if you're blessed enough to live a long life, you will have loss of people, friendships, dreams. Some people you lose, they're not even dead. That friendship just ended. That relationship just ended. You still got to grieve that you know that person you love might be in the audience. But my brother 1,000% be standing right here. And then there's also part of me that feels like as I continue my journey, he's always with me. That wasn't something I accepted at first. I wasn't on that like they're still here, but it has helped ease the grief battle to know that the people you love exist in different ways. He exists in his son's competitiveness and hustle, his daughter's humor, his wife's love and reverence. Like they still exist, you just can't touch them in the physical realm. I've accepted that part because it's kind of hard to believe like they just don't exist and just everything was gone and nothing is nothing.
So 2 more questions for me, bro. And I should have started with this. You've been almost compared to so many people as couples goals. It's like whatever you and your wife Melissa got going on, bro. And then not a gatekeeper for content or business purposes. In one of the videos, they say, hey, bro, I'm a relationship gatekeeper.
Right, yeah, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the things that I saw. But loving out loud, and bro, you don't hesitate to mention, you don't hesitate to utter, you don't, man, listen, it's because of her. How did you get to this point?
I mean, part of it is just like, it is absolutely true. Like you play quarterback, you know it's like quarterback gotta think his offensive line. But you also know that you actually can't do your job if you don't have a good offensive line.
Wow.
So she, to me, is my left tackle. Like, this is my blind side. They gonna pay me the most, and the next person on that thing is probably gonna be her. Because without her, without that offensive line, I can't do my job. Without her, I'm not nearly as effective or efficient in everything else I do. I was telling somebody yesterday, I was on Lou Young's show, and I was like, being faithful is how I live my life, but it also has business benefits and creative benefits. There's a certain amount of energy you have as a person regardless. I don't waste any DMing other women, texting them, oh yeah, I'm in Atlanta this week, pull up, we at the pool. Holla at your boy, I'm gonna do cam thing, then later tonight, she think I'm asleep. No. I told my wife last night, 8:30, hey, I'm exhausted. I took the red-eye podcast production meeting, I'm going to bed. She knows that I really hung up that phone and went to bed. And she texted me at 11:30, you ain't sleep, because a lot of times I say I'm going to bed, but
you just want your me time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She understands. But this time I really was. I slept till 7 this morning, woke up, good morning, I'm up. I slept 10 hours. I also know that I could not even be myself in this interview with her, with you, if I was beefing with her. Like, if I just got off the phone arguing with her right before, I gotta go, I'm finna go, they calling me. I wouldn't be able to be jovial on this set with you. I wouldn't be able to even think clearly enough, because in the back of my head, oh man, I gotta talk to her about this, she gonna be tripping, blah, blah, blah. Right now with you, I'm here. And that's partly because back home, stuff is clear. So I also think it's important, just as a black person, we get a bad rap, even though black people love each other out loud all the time. It's like, nigga get on, he leaves black women for a white girl. Ain't nobody black married to white women, married to black women anymore. Ain't no black dads. A lot of that stuff is not true nearly as much as the media will make you think it's true.
Propaganda of it.
The propaganda. I seen you running with your son in the neighborhood, and I'm like, in Collector go viral, the beef go viral, your son, you championing your son, that don't never go viral. You got all kind of videos like that. And my boys, Tony and Marcus, these people are fathers, active in their kids' lives. And when I'm at school, I see black fathers at these events all the time. We dapping each other up at soccer games and volleyball games. It's just not true. So part of my platform is to show you that, yes, I love my wife. She's black, she's brown skinned. She just happens to be, but she's brown skinned. These are my children who live in my home. I love them. They can stay here forever. Like, we gotta combat a lot of these stereotypes because it's not true for a lot of our people in our life, but a lot of them just don't have the platform that I have. So for me, it's really about that. And I love her for real. Yeah. Like, my goal in life is everything else is secondary to us. Like, all this could go away. If I weren't Kev On Stage no more and I just had to go work in a factory or go back to Boeing or break rocks, if I'm coming home to her, I can live with that. I wouldn't want to be Kev On Stage, breaks the industry, $100 million deal with Netflix, and come home to an empty house. Even if that house was 30,000 square feet, I would feel empty at home. So I'd rather have the house I have now with her than all the career goals without her.
What does rest look like for you, bro?
Believe it or not, I rest really well. Like, people think I go crazy. It's not really true. Like, I go to bed at 9:30 pretty much every night. I get up at 5 or 6, go work out. I just am really efficient with my time. I'm never really off because I'm finally doing what I love. I spent many years doing jobs that I hated and I only had 5 minutes to make my video, or my 30-minute lunch break to make my video. Now I have all day to make my videos and I don't want to lose it. So I definitely rest, I definitely take vacations, but like, for me, people are like, how do you make videos all the time? It's like asking a fish, how does it swim? I'm a fish. I'm a shark. Creativity flows through me and I just express it at all times.
What collaboration do you want to happen?
Ooh, you got some questions that I don't never get asked. If I could choose my project right now that I get to do, I would work with Regina Hall. Regina Hall is so talented to me. If I could do a comedy with me and Tony, my homegirl Angel, and Regina Hall is in it, it would be the best thing ever. I've seen her from Scary Movie to Hung for Jesus. Hung for Jesus, to me, was an Oscar-worthy performance for her. She's a great dramatic actress. She's comedic. She was great in One Battle After Another. She wasn't being funny, but I know she's gonna be funny in Scary Movie 6. Yeah. She is oh my God, I got to work with Regina Hall.
That's it.
She is so talented to me. So yeah, that would be like amazing.
Regina, you after Tony. Matter of fact, ladies first. So Regina, you gonna come first. Tony, back us. And as we end things here at Funky Friday, okay, all right. That's a really good one. Do your kids think you're funny?
Not as funny as Tony Baker, and they say that. Not as funny as Patrick Cloud, and they say that. One time, I was in London, me, Tony, and Tahir on tour. They touring with me.
They your plus ones.
They my plus ones. Bring my kids to the show, trying to show them the world. Tony is featured for me, so he's going before me to do 25 minutes. My oldest son was in the green room. When Tony's turn to come out, he's like, oh yes, Tony Baker's bad. Comes out of the green room, sits on the front row. Tony go 25 minutes, whoo, killed it again. Tony's coming off, I'm going in, Tahir goes to introduce me, my son comes back. He's like, man, Tony did good. I'm like, yeah, I'm going next. He's like, yeah, I know. Pulls out his phone, gets back on the game. Oh, shoot. You good. Okay. Pulls out his, oh, this is my mind. You get it. I was like, you don't want to see me? He's like, nah, I already saw who I wanted to see. I said, come on, man. But I'm your dad. Yeah, man, watch out. They finna call you.
But that's Tony.
Tony Baker, man. So they do think I'm funny, but and I'll be like, bro, but for real though. And they be like, yeah, for real, Tony Baker. But I think a lot of comedians deal with that. Yeah. You know, Dave Chappelle's kids think Kevin Hart's funnier. Like, you can only be so cool to your own kids. But I wish it could just be, if he like Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, okay. Tony, my nigga, like, he gonna be in the kitchen later. Yeah. Like, this nigga coming over for...
You laughing a little too. Hey, what you laughing at? Hey, I just said the same joke, bro. Hold on, dog. You set tripping right now, bro. I'm in you, bro. Like, my blood is your
my balls.
Like, the scrotum.
I created you. But no, they think Tony's funnier.
As we end things here at Funky Friday, man, y'all dead wrong for that. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
All right, one hand out.
Oh, this was Jason Wilson got you in trouble.
Listen.
I can't do no head of Baphomet. Brother, I understand you, brother, but you got to respect me.
I understand that.
I'm gonna do this. Because I can only get dragged for so many things at one time.
Listen, bro, this is the sign.
IASL, head of Baphomet, double head of the devil.
Beast. It's not the head of the beast, bro. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. All together, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, Kev on stage.
Right dog, man. Appreciate you, bro. It was great, man. Thank y'all, man. This is one of my favorite interviews.